Hello and welcome back to Biomutant. Thank you for joining me. Do me a quick favor. Jump down in the comment section and say hi. That would be much appreciated so that I know that you're coming by and checking out during the live stream or you're checking out during the recording of the live stream. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And also, if you have time, go back down in the comment section and tell me a game that you'd like to see me stream. I'm currently in Biomutant, but I am more than happy to stream a game suggested by viewers. So tell me the game that you'd like to see streamed. If I have it in my collection, I'll stream it right away. If I don't have it in my collection, I'll add it to my queue of games that need to be streamed, and maybe it'll go on sale on the PlayStation Store, and I'll pick it up at that time. So that bell notification will be important, so when I go live with a game that you suggested, you can join in the discussion. So here we are back in Biomutant. I would have to say I'm still at about a 6 out of 5 for the game. I'm kind of doing this rolling review, or my perspective. And there are moments where the game just, like right now, the game looks amazing. It looks gorgeous. Then there are times where it just looks meh. Like, you look out that direction, meh. You look over this direction, wow. Meh. Thank you very much. That's exactly how I feel. Sometimes. No, I don't always feel like this. It's an interesting thing. Alright, this almost looks like a human.
Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now.
And this is one part that takes a little bit of time to get used to, is the constant narrator / translator, ever present, always there. And I wish it would be that small automaton that you have on your shoulder that was doing all the talking, but it's not. It's like this omnipotent observer.
Says there's no reason to let you in on where it is.
Well, this is a first. I have no idea, like, this is very rare. I guess there's a risk that I take, and then if I could minus strength, no risk. I just don't care.
Says there's no reason to make threats. Would have told you about it sooner or later. It's not far from here.
Oh, this is like one of the instances where the character, the NPC, will give you an idea of where the treasure's at. I guess it's just sort of a random number generator, I guess.
Says all life is linked to the tree of life.
And I'm here to destroy it.
Says goodbye to you.
Blink's eye. Raises. Moments like that where I'm just confused what this game is about. I need what? I need a pyro. I need some kind of a fruit. There's some resources over here. I think the swimming is the silliest thing in the game. Hopefully that's something I can improve upon. Got some planks. Need some fruit. Where can I get the fruit? I want to tame this mount over there. One thing I don't know yet is if I have a mount. I have this mount, right? So I have this mount, and he really gets up on you. If I replace it with this mount over there, it overwrites this one. I guess you can only have one horse type mount, one water mount. Not sure. There is a learning curve for the game. There isn't too much hand-holding. There is some, you know... Oh, that's just beautiful to see. The game is not polished. So if you expect Biomutant to be polished... And after... Even, like, this is supposed to be a PlayStation 4 game. A end of generation, end of its life cycle PlayStation 4 game. Now go look at a game like Horizon Zero Dawn. And I'm not talking about Forbidden West. I'm just talking about Zero Dawn on the PlayStation 4. And look at how it compares to this game. And tell me which game you think is polished. And Horizon Zero Dawn was, what, maybe mid-life cycle of the PlayStation 4? Like, this game should be polished. Really should be. But it's sort of the state of the industry. I mean, ever since CD Projekt Red launched what was Cyberpunk 2077, the risk that a player... Well, let me take care of this guy and then I'll get back to my thought. This is pretty much the state of combat. That's pretty much the state of combat that I've had in the game. Is I just stay at a distance and I mow them down with, like, essentially I have unlimited ammo. And I'm playing on hard. I guess that's, but I don't really feel like the need to go in and take a risk by using melee. There's some cool things that can happen, but I don't think it gives you much of a reward. And I might be missing something, but I wasn't really taught that I get any benefit from using melee. You know, there's just moments of the game like that just make me think, oh, this is really beautiful. And then there are times where it's just like, oh, you're an extremely unpolished game. And it does take some time to have it get its hooks in. And then it loses that hook a lot too, so you have to see what this thing is. I guess some polymer, I guess. Polym is what I guess it's called. Like this right here. Like this is unpolished. Look at that. Does that look like a end of, like a late PlayStation 4 game? And look at that. The textures are extremely low res. The skyline is pathetic to say the least. I mean, it's not that great. But then you move your camera around and then you look at something like this, and it's like almost there. Like that skyline looks more, I don't know, tolerable than that skyline. I'm probably nitpicking way too much. Alright, I need to go this way. Get my mount. The sound of this mount, the call that this mount makes, nowhere near what it looks like. Is he eyeballing me from all the way over here? Is he a good guy or is he an enemy? The Mirage. Okay, this is really weird.
Sometimes your mind creates an illusion where it's possible to go back in time to relive a moment in your life.
Why? Like, these flashbacks, I think, are probably by far the worst thing of the game. Like, they just come out of nowhere, and I have no idea what I'm learning. Fight the disciple. Okay, so let's just fight him. And we're just... No idea what I'm doing,
We
like,
all have things
or
in
why
our
I'm doing it.
past we wish hadn't happened, and can come to remember seeing and doing things that never happened.
What? That makes no sense. What is this new guy that I'm going to come up on now? Like, what did that Mirage or that guy that
However,
have...
there's no doubt that what you remember makes your future different.
What?
Choose the automaton functionality you want to recall.
Excuse me. I have no idea what just happened. So I walked up on a large animal in the middle of a field. I hit the X button, or the triangle button, to interact with him. He doesn't say anything. The game just cuts away and I go into a flashback. And then I fight some other unknown animal. And he gets down on his knees, and then the flashback ends. And now I come back here and I talk about the little cricket type of automaton functionality that I want to unlock. Like, WTF. What the heck is going on? It is so broken and so disjointed. I have no clue sometimes what's going on. And maybe, I don't know if that's what they're trying to go for, but it is so jarring playing through the game sometimes. And then there's just these moments of like, wow, this game is really kind of cool. But like, it's like 10 different people worked on the game, and none of them talked to each other. And then when they came together, it's like, where could I throw this part of the game into? But didn't do a really good job of putting it where it is. I don't know. It sounds like an air glider sounds.
I was wondering when you'd recall how to spring the automaton air gliders.
Like, if that's what's talking is this little automaton, then I guess that sort of makes sense. But it doesn't. It's not the person talking. Jump off something high, up, and then press and hold jump to activate the wings. You control how you fly with the navigation controls. Pitching downward increases your speed. Okay, great. So, where did that big guy go? None of this is... There's a lot of things that are just not explained to you. Like, let me go into here, the journal, see if there's something. Like, I don't know, man. Let's go.
You have the grace.
Let's go with strength.
Reflexed.
Vitality. The health would go up.
Hardened. What can stop you?
Sure. Wong Fu. This is where if you want to do your combos, when you find a new weapon type, you will be able to spend upgrade points to unlock special attacks for that weapon type. Alright, so these are the different types of combinations that I have. There's a square, there's a square, 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 square. There's a square, square, triangle. There's a R2, R2 triangle. Square, square, triangle, X square, circle, square. It doesn't look like I have 4 upgrade points, but nothing to spend it on. General, Saboteur. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Moving target, evasive. Weapon-based range attacks from enemies have 10% chance to miss you completely. Well, dodge distant might be. Your basic movement speed is increased by 5% when in combat. I'm just gonna dodge distance. Bio points. Aura. Somewhat dark. Dark is 10. Good, I want to stay dark. Psi powers. Sizzle ball. There seems to be some decent stuff to unlock. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to go with Blaze. Use Blaze. Use Blaze. Press down the input you have bound the ability to. Blaze will launch you forward and leave. I'm going to go with Triangle. To use an ability, press the button it's bound to while pressing and holding L2. Okay. That'll be it. I'll just upgrade resistance. Let's upgrade heat. 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 Anti-cold. Yay! Excuse me. Sorry. Okay. Alright, Lookout Charmer. Your chance to persuade in dialogue is increased by 1 point. Sure. Lookout Key Energize. Use as for sexual attack to replenish some of your key energy. Mount Mania. Your biological mounts have 5% increased move speed. Yes, let's do that. Sounds good. Alright, something in the journal. Side. Alright, so let's go back to the roots, I guess. Google-eyed wreck boxes found. Interesting. I don't know, though. Let's go with... Do we want to find the notice boards? Find the clothes soakers. Let's see which one. Alright, so it looks like the automaton notice boards would be something I want to do here. Right here. Alright, let's waypoint there and fast travel here. I can't fast travel because I'm on a mount. Okay, wait a second. I have to get off my mount in order to fast travel. Makes no sense whatsoever. Let's go back down here. Fast travel to this point. Is there a better fast travel point? Probably this one. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000, 10 seconds. Alright, there's my point. And I'll bring up my mount. There used to be like a large enemy in here, but now I guess they're just standing around doing absolutely nothing.
Better not keep the war party waiting.
Sure. Hold on, this is not the way I want to go. Like, there's no way to climb up any of this either, which would make this game twice as good if I could just climb, like scale things. Like, I should be able to, like, oh my gosh, there's clipping. Look at this. This is just unpolished. And plus, you know, I'm a four-legged animal, essentially. I mean, look at the way this thing, look at the way he runs, which I think is really cool. I love the way this character runs. You're telling me that I can't climb this? I can't climb this tree. You're telling me that I can't climb this pole. This is just me double jumping, by the way. You're telling me, let's see, can I get up here? Uh-oh, look, I can't, this invisible barrier. Invisible. I'm just, look at this, clipping through this bag. Clipping through this bag. It's so easy to tear this game apart. Oh my gosh, I'm clipping through these trees, these bamboo. Clipping through bamboo. Just when the game starts to be like, wow, this is really cool, and then it just says, slaps you awake. Look at this animation. It's not good. It's just not polished. Like, even the galloping sound is... Oh, man. No idea why I can't spawn my transport here. Why can't I spawn my transport here? This is water, right? Why can... Alright, you know what? I'm done with the stream. I'm done with Biomutant for right now. I can't get into it. It just takes way too much effort on the player to try to find enjoyment in it. Why can I not... Is this the edge of the map? Is that why? Is it because there's a waterfall here? Nope, I'm just gonna flail and die. Oh man. It just takes too much effort. I really think it takes too much effort on the part of the player to find something interesting or find something that doesn't break. It's just too much of a chore. I want to go here. Can I go there through this fast point? I want to fast travel in this game. Like, traversing the world is not all that interesting at all. I mean, even after watching what is to become of Horizon Zero Dawn Forbidden West, like, to see that game and then to come back to this, and I know it's supposed to be a PlayStation 5, but it's also a PlayStation 4 game. Like, are you telling me that this game is polished? It's not at all, and it's really unfortunate. Like, look at this. I have more fun. It's much more interesting for the character to run around like this than to call in this really stupid mount. and then to run like this. It just, the way it runs looks really silly.
The whereabouts.
Oh, really?
The deepest, darkest forest in the land.
Really? The
Sometimes
deepest,
hard
darkest?
to see for all the trees.
Really? Look at all these deep, dark, like, look at all these trees. Wow, it's so dark and ominous. I mean, ooh, I'm scared. I'm in such a pessimistic mood because of this game. Like, I was really hoping, like, I don't remember the game looking this bad in the trailers. Like, what the heck? What is that? This is a dodge? Look at the legs. How they bend to the left. What the heck is going on?
It's the chug yard.
Man, I don't like that mount at all. The mounts really aren't all that cool. This is how I'm gonna play. This is how I'm playing this game. Next, who would like to come and die? Anybody? Come on over here. Dead. Dead. What the?
This box once tailed a chug chugger. Now it's just off track. Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Bomber bonkers busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance.
You know, the problem with me is I get frustrated really easily. This is Biomutant. Like, that was cool. Like, this whole 1, 2, 3. Like, you make this, like, that's flame and it hurts the enemies. Like, that's a cool move. Like, I like that. Like, and those things are like, oh, this game is kind of interesting.
Let's see.
I think it's just the execution of some of the other things that just like, ugh. Like, am I still playing the same game? It's like they go from here's a version 2.1. Oh, hold on a second. This area over here is version 1.0. Oh, hold on. This area over here is version 3. Oh, okay, now you're back at version 2.0. But wait, I started at 2.1. Wait, there's a 3 point? There's a version 3? No. This area right here, we didn't quite get to version 3, so it just seems like you're these different pockets of the world that are just like they've spent a lot of time in one area, but they just decided not to put much effort into the other area, and then these things clash.
Let's see.
Let's see what? Oh, man.
Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames.
What just happened? It's so random, and I don't understand a thing, man. It's just so disjointed. There's no rhyme or reason to a lot of this stuff that's going on in this game.
It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past.
Whatever. It's just I'm in this weird moment with Biomutant to where I get this frustrated sense of the game being unpolished. Like I get in the water and I'm like, why can I not bring in my water vehicle here? Because the game says, we don't want you to bring it in here. But it's a water area. We don't want you to bring it in here though. But it's a water vehicle. The game just says middle finger. So that frustrates the heck out of me, and you just know what? I just don't want to play anymore. And then something happens, in the game, that just says, what? We really did think of some cool things. We really did. And they're here, and they're available, and we want to show them to you. There was a team that worked on Biomutant that had some passion for it. There were great ideas. And then there was a team in Biomutant that just gave up. And somehow they launched a game together. And plus, this makes no sense. Looks like there's a point, right? See a flashing point? It's kind of a throbbing or an undulating, or I don't know what you would call that. And it's beckoning me. So I go out here, and then it's gone. It's gone. Was it leading me to this? Was it telling me I need to go in this direction, and then now that I'm in this direction, I don't know. The game never explains it.
The spent nuclear fuel, the toxinol dumped in the surf, had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin.
They definitely spent some time on the narrator's part in this game.
I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard.
Okay, so...
Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart.
I'm not good at all. I don't want to be.
Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes he hopes you remember that one time he taught you to upcycle, and hopes you've had some use for it over the years. Gizmo says he also has re-memories from the long gone, but unlike you, he doesn't think of the past, for it's gone. He understands history made Loopa-Loopin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you.
Okay, this is the other issue. Then I've mentioned this multiple times. I'm probably mentioning it to myself, just so that I don't lose track of my frustration with this game. Is this this little gibberish thing that they do? It's cute, really, it is. But aren't I sort of an inhabitant of this world? I was born here, raised here. My mother even speaks in like, and then this narrator comes in and translates for me. Why do I need to be translated in a language that this character that I'm controlling, why do I need you to translate a language that I should understand? I mean, don't I inhabit this world? Didn't I originate here? Why do I need this narrator? Like, the narrator is speaking to the character. He's not speaking to the player. But it's almost as if... I don't know how to explain it. I don't know why they chose to go this direction. It's awkward, and it's just... Why do I need to hear the gibberish and then have somebody translate, and not necessarily translate word for word? I don't know a good description of it. It's a summary of... Or...
Gizmo
it's a gossip is what it is.
Strong feelings, but urges you to keep them under control.
The translator could be lying to me.
Firsthand what it'll lead to. Take that light.
And then these guys, the dark guy comes out of nowhere and then speaks. He doesn't speak in gibberish. He just take that light. That's exactly what he said. Dark said, take that light. He didn't go lucky bulka. And then the narrator come back and he said he should really take that light to an extreme, because the dark is the dark, and the dark doesn't like the light. That's essentially what this narrator does. Imagine that the character in front of me that's sitting on this automated arm talks. He does gibberish, right? Blah blah gudabo. And then the narrator says he really likes sitting on this automated arm. It's his favorite chair, and he hopes you remember that you like. It just adds words, right? But then Dark comes over and says, take that light. Where's the translator?
Really, you ought to use your head instead of your gut.
See? The darkness lets you get away with anything.
Just remember, you can always find light in the dark.
Dark? When you already know you're right.
Would like to know if you ever doubt the choices you made on the path that brought you to this point.
No
Would
regrets.
you have been happier going in a different direction?
No, no regrets.
Figures you're either a rare person or a good liar. Maybe both.
I'm an annoyed player.
Sad to see the Tree of Life is going to die and take everything with it.
As it should.
It's not like he didn't expect it. Understands why you're bent on finishing the world off. Supposes it's a mercy to make it faster. Wonders if you liked working with the Jagni. They always hunker down in their homes, gathering their things around them. Says home is a base, but it doesn't have to be everything. The world is wider than you know. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone. So you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. There are more crates from before the apocalypse left out in the wild. Easy to find if you keep an eye out. You should be able to gather enough scrap to upgrade the Mekton from them.
Why is he sitting on an arm that's attached to a random spot in this area? What are you doing up there? Like, what does it do for you? There's no explanation, no... And then you see stuff like this. You see cute stuff like this, and you're like, wow, this seems really cool. Wow, that's so awesome. Look at these little animals. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, I want to know what they are. Yeah, oh my gosh. And then you go over here and you see, like, why are you attached to the random spot in this area? I don't understand. Like, what is this for? I'm confused. I guess I'm gonna go down this way. Oh, and I've said this stuff before too, like the lighting shifts in this game are abrupt and dizzying. You discovered a hazard zone. These zones are vast areas covered in deadly hazards. You can only withstand the hazard for so long before it kills you, so be careful. Hazards come in several types: biocontaminated, cryogenic, incendiary, radioactive, and the oxygen-deprived dead zone. That's what I guess I get these resistances for, or in hazard zones. Your gear and the resistance you choose during character creation determine how long you can survive in the hazard zones and how much damage you can take from hazard weapons with a resistance of 100 to a type of hazard. You resist 100% of the damage from that hazard. So that's it. Hypoxia zone. Alright, so I don't want that. I mean, that's an interesting thing. See, and it's moments like that. That's interesting. I can go over here, and then it's going to show me choking, I guess,
They're
right?
short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives.
Alright, so that's an interesting little thing there. So hypoxia, so I need to increase this ability. Let's see here, transport character. And I go to my, down at the bottom, right? Let's, vitality, strength, luck. Let's bring my luck up a bit.
As long as you're happy about it.
I don't know why. Wong Fu, perks, general, saboteur, general, no. My aura, mutations, psi powers, blinks, biogenics, upgrade resistances. Alright, so these are my resistances. Or is it? Maybe I need a mask of something? So this intrigues me. See, this is Biomutant. Like, there's such frustration in its parts. Like, there's parts that have such frustration. There's parts that have such joy and amazement. You're like, hey, this is a really cool system. And then back come these parts that are unpolished and just random and not put together well. And then back comes these areas that are put together well. It's not all of it is put together well.
Line up the switches so they match.
Like this is an okay thing. This little puzzle thing here, like this is okay. This is good. I'd say it's better than okay. It's good, but it's not great. Like it's just a simple little puzzle system, but it works. I don't get frustrated by it. Like that's very simple. It's a simple puzzle and it's kind of interactive and it's cool. It's not just me flipping a switch.
Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework.
Something is lost in the translation. Something's lost in the way the translator and the way the game works together. Like this little guy right here, I love how quickly I can get into photo mode. It's kind of like Cyberpunk 2077's photo mode. It's very, very quick and intuitive. Like this guy right here, like if this was the guy talking, and I say it multiple times, like that would be okay. And then you get into areas like this where it's okay. Like that's Biomutant for you. Like it's got so many parts to it. But some parts are polished, some are not. Some are given care, some are just abandoned. And it's sort of that's what's bringing me back, because I'm curious if there's really cool stuff out there that can, you know, balance the not so good parts. Fire doesn't seem to do much. Sometimes the combat is fun, but most of the time it's not. That's just sort of my own... Let's see here. I'm really surprised the game doesn't have a lock-on for like the enemies. it's moments like this that I'm like, yeah, this is cool. I like riding around like this. It really feels unique and cool. And then it just does something that annoys the heck out of me.
The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that fouled the air. The rails used to be filled with chugs packed tight with two-leggeds, like guppos in a tin. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open.
Okay. Or you have a horrible sound. Like somebody's choking you to death. You know, I haven't watched any reviews from like the highly influential YouTubers out there. And I'm trying to make my own way through Biomutant like I do with most games. I don't really buy into the heavy influencers.
That's a Jackney tribe outpost.
I don't really buy into IGN. Don't really buy into GameSpot. I don't even buy into some of the, you know, the reviewers that, you know, are just mushing through games to get out their next video. You don't really get to see them play. They just kind of throw together a quick review. Like they're probably pushing themselves through the game. And I imagine that they get to a point like I do, where they're really frustrated with the game, and then they quit. Like, I've raged quit before. I won't, try to hide the fact that I do get really frustrated with games sometime, and then I just don't finish them. I do know that this game is not polished. I can easily say that, but I'm trying to do my best to find the things that really make this game fun, and like some of the exploration is there. Like this looks like a cool place to explore. Like some of the narration is okay. I mean, he's telling a story. Like this right here, there's loot here that I can find. There's little pieces that you can find to do your crafting. I haven't gotten into crafting much, but I want to, and I'm gonna give it some time, and then I'll spend some time on crafting, probably not streaming it, but I'll get used to it, and then maybe enjoy that part. I'm gonna find what makes Biomutant fun. I know I get frustrated. I've said it multiple times, I probably need to change my channel to be just the frustrated gamer. Because there are games that haven't done all that great at their launch. Like, they could have done better. Cyberpunk 2077 is a good example about that, but I found what makes Cyberpunk 2077 fun for me, even with its faults, and I'm hoping for better things from CDPR with Cyberpunk. I really had a lot of high expectations for that game, as I do for this game. I'm hoping that THQ Nordic spends some time fixing it, making a next-gen update for the game. I really hate calling in this mount. It's not a great mount. What? This is one of those frustrating moments, right? I can't summon my mount here. But if I walk over here, I get to this little spot, and I could suddenly call him in. Look where he comes from. He comes from pretty much an area that he could have come from before, and if I can't walk it back here, then I understand why they're not giving it to me. But look, I can easily bring my mount back here, so why couldn't I summon my mount? It's like little things like that is like, why? Why does it not work? It should work, but it doesn't. And it's like they put these limits on you that just aren't needed, and they put these ugly barriers in front of you that make you want to like butcher the game and then sell it off for its good parts and get rid of the not so good parts. But alright, do I want to go down in here? Well, I don't know. Can you come with me? Like, are we going down here together? Oh, okay. I bet you I can't summon my... Oh... I can't make it there, right? Because... Maybe I can get there before I run out of air. Let's just try it. Go, 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 go. Is there air in here?
That's the leftover you're looking for.
Oh, get in there, get in there. Ooh, interesting. So my animal, though, will suffocate to death. Okay, so that was an interesting... It's moments like that. Like, it's almost like I was swimming underwater and trying to find out where the air pocket was, or where the next surface point would be. And that's an interesting thing, the way that is. So if I go back out here, I'm hypoxia zone. Obviously, you don't breathe air, I guess. See, that was a risk, and I got a reward, and I found, was able to discover something. There was a way to jump up there. There it is. Am I still in this hypoxia zone? Oh wait, here we go. Ooh, I don't know if I wanna... I need to get over there. No, no, no. Hurry, hurry, hurry. I don't know what happens when I run out of air. Pick it up. I should not have picked it up. Oh, get over there. Ah. Oh. Okay, see, that's cool. This is the stuff I'm looking for. I'm looking for things like this. That's a very interesting, like, traversal. Like, I was panicking. There's some... I don't know what happens when I run out of air. Do I die, or do I start losing health? It's like this is... Oh, why is this Biomutant? Like, it's got some great parts. It's got some really bad parts. They don't all fit together that great. But when you find the good parts, you're like, oh, I like this. And then the bad part comes out and you're like, oh, I hate this. Alright, you found a Mekton parts box. These boxes can be found around the world and contain parts for you to customize the Mekton. They look like just the other parts of boxes that I found that have no connection. This is going to be a difficult journey with Biomutant. And see, this is what I would prefer. Like, I would like all these reviewers to throw up their full playthroughs. Let us see how you got there. Let's see what you got frustrated with. Let's see if you pushed back, you pushed through these hard parts and found something that made the game good for you, you know? Like, throw it all out on the table. Like, let us see the dirty, you know, unpolished parts of the way that you play games. And you maybe see a way that this game can grow on you. Actually, let's start with 100% and go. No! Okay, gotta go back in. Didn't make it. Don't know what happens when I suffocate. I'm literally breathing. Oh wait, can we go up here? Oh, this is weird. Well, that was interesting. Oh, could I have gone through this way? No, I couldn't have. It was a zipline down. Can you just come down here? I've seen your arm rotate down here. Why do I need to go back up there? See? This is one of those moments. You're just like, why? Why? Oh, man. Where did you...
He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. He made a suction device, so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the Jumbo Puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the Steep Depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts.
Scripts.
It's a little feisty and tough critter, a perfect fit for a live ammunition, if you ask him.
Alright, let me do a quick check to see how long I've been streaming. Alright, that's literally right at an hour, and that's what I'm trying to keep some of these streams to. Yeah, I'm still at a 6 out of 10. I'm still at a 60%. Call it whatever you want to. Use your rating scale. Yeah, I think right now they put in 60% effort on this game. And they have a lot of work, I think, left to do to bring it up to, the expectations that players have. Are you guys back? There are good parts. There are bad parts. They do not join well together. Good parts seem to join fairly well with good parts, and there are some good parts that join okay with bad parts, and then bad parts join okay with other bad parts, and it's just all over the place. It really is. It's almost as if the game is like, instead of what the developers may have put together the game to be. I think the game is to become, let's see if you can find those interesting parts of our game, because we didn't really put our best effort forward. So the journey is finding the cool parts, the good parts of Biomutant, because I don't know how to end it. I really don't. Well, I hope you tolerated my playthrough, my continuation of Biomutant. I'm not going to stream every second of my game, but I am going to keep playing it. I'm going to try and find things that the game does well, and I'll call it out, and I'll find things that just frustrate the heck out of me, and I'll call those out as well. I mean, because there are moments of, you know what, I want to go and explore that. But there are also moments like, why are you doing this to me, Biomutant? Please stop! And, I'm hoping I find more of the good parts and leave behind the bad parts. I hope that THQ Nordic comes and fixes the bad parts. I hope they make a next-gen update, because the game has some really bad lighting shift issues, some bad audio shift issues. I think the draw distance is kind of messed up, and this haze that's always constant here, I think could easily be fixed with a little bit of update, a little bit of tender love and care. Get back into the game, THQ, because it's not polished. You need to put some more time into it, because it could be great. Right now it's okay. I think I'm starting to adopt an okay, a good, and a great for my games that I'm playing. And that's sort of how I'm going to try to convince myself that what it is I'm playing is worth my time. And right now the game is okay. There needs to be one lower than okay. But every game you can find something in it that's worthwhile to use. So I don't think any game is just a horrible waste of time. And I know there's some difference of opinion there, but it really depends on the price that you're paying. And right now I think that Biomutant is a $39.99 game. When you compare it to, like, this was a full game. I paid $69.99. No, I'm sorry. I paid $59. I paid $59.99 for Biomutant, and it is not worth that much money. It really isn't. Not right now. So I would probably recommend to those that wait for it to go on sale, or wait for it to get better, and hopefully by the time it gets better, it'll probably go on sale. If they don't do anything to this game, it's going to go on sale really quick. And that might be the time to jump in, because for $39.99, I think it's a good game. But for $69 or $59.99 for $60, it's an okay game. So, thanks for joining me. If you haven't already, please take a quick moment, go down to the comment section, and just say hi. If you want to take it a step further, hit the like button or the dislike button so that I know what you like, what you don't like, and hit the notification bell. And take it one step further. Go down in the comment section and tell me a game that you'd like to see streamed, and I will add it to my queue of games to be streamed. Just name a game. If I have it in my collection, it gets streamed right away. If I don't have it in my collection, I'll put it in my game queue, and once it goes on sale, I'll pick it up. If it's already on sale, I'll pick it up and stream it. So I need you guys to jump down in those comment section and tell me what you think. I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next video. What a great way to end it. Why don't I just shoot this guy and then we'll end it? I think that's fair. I might die, and that might be the end of the stream anyway. There are moments like that where, you know what, combat was kind of fun. It may be a little bit easy because I can just sit back and hit it with infinite ammo. Ooh, are you carving him up? Sizzle fluff poo. Did I cut up his rectum? What? Oh. There's vaults out there? Okay, this is another thing. If I clip through him, I'm going to be like, oh, I just walked into him. Where's his butt? Okay, look at this. I'm going to just walk into his butt. Oh, God. I'm inside of it. Oh, God. See? It shouldn't clip. It should just not let me walk in, not let me touch. Like, please, THQ, fix this. Don't let me walk into it. Just stop the character or have the character jump over or through. Like, please don't let us walk through the enemies. Come on, man. Like, it's stuff like this. Like, the combat was okay. It was fun. I'll call it entertaining. And then you get this to where you can clip through the freaking dead enemies and you're just like, bad part. Bad part. You know what would be even cooler is if the enemies that you kill get absorbed by the ground and then maybe like they get reabsorbed by the planet or the earth and then like flowers grow on them and it's like, hey, I'm giving back to the earth by killing you. I mean, I don't know. Do something other than this. Do something other than this. Like this is unpolished, unfinished crap, and it's surrounded by really cool stuff, and then crap, and then really cool stuff over there, out there somewhere, and then there's crap. Please, THQ, give this some more time. Like I'm okay playing it, but I don't think that you should have charged this much money because it's not worth it. Not right now, but I'm gonna keep playing it. I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna keep trying because I'm gonna try harder than THQ did making this game. All right. Anyway, I think that'll be it. Thanks for listening to my. Oh, and then he disappears. Great. I would just say make them dissolve right away. Don't let them stay there. Just dissolve them. Like it's been done, and it's a heck of a lot better than leaving there and letting the player clip through there. Fix the game, THQ. You really need to. All right. Thanks for listening to my frustration. I appreciate you tolerating it. If you stuck it out this long, I give you a star. Yeah. Like, subscribe, notification bell, comments, please. Onegaishimasu. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.